Hello everybody, my name is Hellkaiser. Welcome back to Mass Effect. We're playing straight through from the last episode. We are now officially a Spectre. And so now we're on the hunt for Saren, official. What exactly are we supposed to do now? We gotta go meet with the Ambassador, but we gotta head to the CSEC Academy, so head there first. Wards locations, CSEC. You know, I've been thinking a little bit more about this game. I took a little break in between sessions. Maybe it's just because of the age of this game, and maybe the fact that it's a BioWare game, and BioWare kind of have a formulaic approach to their games. But I did some thinking, and I like to talk about. I've been addressing this whole series stuff I'd like to have seen different in Mass Effect. One thing I'd like to see, for example, is The Witcher 3 was such a big RPG. And I'm not really even that big of an RPG fan outside of BioWare and Pokemon, if you can even consider Pokemon an RPG. But one thing you have to admit is it had a very... Okay, the frame rate again. Had a very living, breathing world in a lot of ways, with a lot of interesting background and stuff like that. I feel like if they ever do another Mass Effect, they need to take more from The Witcher, especially open up a very wide world for the player. Almost act like it's the first time into the universe. In my personal opinion, I feel like The Witcher, more specifically Cyberpunk, but instead of The Witcher, but both of them had a lot of graphic sexual content. Now, it ain't like, it's a rated M game. If you're a child playing it, then that's your parents' fault. And I don't feel like that was necessarily a bad issue, honestly, but I feel like this game especially more could tolerate a more adult world. I would like to see, a series with a more mature theme, than... What I mean, I'm talking not just sexual content, I mean the whole game should be a little bit higher in terms of mature themes, or just random people walking around, you know what I mean? Because one thing you got to admit about, like, Cyberpunk, was when you walked around the world, there was a lot of weird people wearing a lot of weird outfits, and I took screenshots of it, for no other reason, just because I thought, this is weird, I want to show some of these outfits that they made and how weird some of these people looked, and it did make the world feel more weird, and that's what I mean specifically. Now, I'm not talking every character has walking around with their genitals hanging out and stuff like that, but I do think that if they had an alien species that was more like that and kind of a world a little bit more strange, it really did feel like an assault to your senses, like you do not belong here. Maybe like a prequel to Mass Effect. I would love to see that.
One sec, looking you up.
I hope I didn't just ramble there. I hope people understand a little bit more of what I was trying to say.
Here with the Alliance military. First time on the Citadel, that about right?
Okay, this is her first time on the
How did you know all
Citadel?
that?
I'm the CSEC requisitions officer. I need to make sure our buyers are authorized. So, will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
I need
Show me
supplies.
what you got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Well, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
See, I don't exactly understand why they call her Commander at this point, because wouldn't she... They literally said in that speech that the Spectres are above rank and file. And when you say that, I would assume that would mean, okay, she's better than the average soldier, so she deserves a title higher than that. You know what I mean? Unique grenade. That's literally all I can afford. This stuff is so... I would have thought that they would have, lowered the prices just a little bit, because that was one of the issues I had with the original Mass Effect, is that some of the items are so expensive. There is no way that you are going to buy those. Okay, I thought I bought a different grenade. Oh well. Okay, so we're moving on. What's our next objective? Meet him in the Alliance docking bay. Okay, so I'm supposed to go up to my ship, so this is actually where I do leave. We've done all the side quests that I can remember to do. Okay, what else do I have? Let's see. Deliver information. Okay, I haven't found 9 keepers, but I know you do come back. You know, it isn't like, okay, I'm gone for good from the Citadel, so I will come back to complete that one. But while I'm here, I might as well go to the outside, like, med clinic and talk to that reporter. Because I'd rather finish up all the quests I can, get as much experience as I can, and just tick off the boxes. That way no one says later, well, you forgot to do this. Because I like to do things in a nice, pretty straightforward way. Normally what I do is I ignore the side content if it's annoying, and I move on to the main stuff, and then I do the side content if I'm close by. And because I'm kind of close by, I'd rather just go ahead and talk to this lady.
Is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
Okay,
I had to
intimidate.
kill people for these discs. They're worth more than you're offering.
Yeah, no, I'm not that
I
nice
didn't tell
yet.
you to kill Fist. But you're right. I suppose that I did ask you to help me, so... Here, this should be more than adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Yeah, I love just being a dick to the reporters. See, and that got us leveled up. That's why it's better to go through it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All the points in Intimidate we can get. Let's see. Go ahead and put a point in combat armor. Okay, I can upgrade my squad. Garrus. Point in Turian Agent. Point in First Aid. Shield boost. And then put a point in your sniper rifles. Tolly. Shotgun. Overload. Point in dampening. And then go ahead and put a last point available in her shotguns. There we go. Perfect. So see, that just works out good for us right there. Also, one other thing I want to mention. Again, I don't mean to sound like I'm just pulling this game apart. And I know this game originally released in 2007, so I'm not going to fault it too much for lack of different models. But when every woman is wearing the same dress, with the back out, with the under boob sort of thing, and only a different color variation to change it. Literally, this woman looks exactly like the reporter that we just talked to, down to the same color dress. And then this woman has the same bobbed off hairstyle, with only a slightly different color and a different outfit. Again, now with the men, because a lot of these men are wearing military fatigues, you know, military crew cut sort of thing, I understand. That you can get away with. Two Solarians literally wearing slightly different color armor with no different variations to their faces or nothing, I can't let you get away with so easily. It makes it look like the world is just very fashion dull, you know what I mean? Every woman is wearing this outfit with a odd angle to the back, you know what I mean? See how the skirt is like diagonal to the top? Even the prostitutes, you would think that at least the consort's office, you know, I'm going to call her a prostitute, other than the pinkish looking dresses that they all wore, would have slightly different uniforms than just the average dress that the lady walks around wearing down the street, you know what I mean? Because I guess in some ways it makes it easier for the authorities not to spot them walking down the street, but at the same way, everybody wears the same outfit, is my exact point. And it does look sort of annoying after a while of seeing men all wearing military uniforms, and all the women just wearing the same dress. Okay. And CSET. Okay. I think this is the elevator we take, isn't it? Yep, to the docking bay.
Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why
Yep. Literally best thing they could have done. Okay.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
This isn't right. The Normandy belongs to you.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Isn't there other ships? I mean, like I said, again, maybe it's just because of the age of this game. Maybe it's because I'm more jaded now and I think to ask questions. But if she works for the Council, then she's no longer a part of the Alliance military. Or that's how I would understand it. I mean, I do know in a later cutscene that some admiral does tell you you are still a member of the Alliance. How does that work exactly? Because, you know, one servant cannot serve two masters. You would think that if she was elected to be a Spectre, then that's just it, brother. She's officially honorably discharged from the Alliance Navy. Why wouldn't they have given her own ship? I know this is just a remaster, but that's why I hope they do a remake of the original Mass Effect trilogy. I would honestly buy this game over in a remake with some slight variations that would make the whole thing better. First off, massively upgrade graphics engine, slightly different, you know, make your choices be even better. I've talked about that already. One of the things I'd like to see is just separation of the Alliance military crap from the Spectre crap. Make it all just, okay, she's now Spectre, they provide the ship, stuff like that. Let that be your first introduction to the Normandy. It would make it kind of more special. I think that's been your ship that you've had from the first game. You earned it at the beginning of the game, and it's been with you through all the hell and high water you go through. Instead, it feels like it's been given to you, and you don't really seem to have much... You know, I don't feel like I've earned it here.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
What went wrong?
Happened?
I failed. I couldn't make the cut. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Okay, well, see, if... It's clear that they send one Spectre to watch out for another one in recruitment. Wouldn't they have picked one that, you know, was easier to work with? I mean, they never really show enough of Saren. I know that Andrew, I think his name, Drew Capshift. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name. He worked for BioWare for many years. I think he recently left. He wrote a lot of books. He wrote a lot of books on Revan from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. He wrote one about the Jedi Outcast, I think was her name, whatever. You know, the character from the second game. He wrote Mass Effect books. He wrote Dragon Age books. Essentially, he wrote a lot of lore-based books to fill in gaps in their series. I haven't read all of his books. I have kind of flicked through a couple of them. So I can't tell you exactly what they're about, but you would think that Saren wouldn't... You know, he doesn't seem like the type that ever came off as super friendly. So you'd think they would pick somebody like an Asari or in my opinion, a Solarian, because they're supposed to be so smart. Wouldn't they be able to calculate someone's battle proficiency and all that stuff?
Saren's not gonna get away.
That seems like that would have been the more logical
Saren's gone.
recruiter.
Don't even
sort of
try to
thing.
find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got us Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
So, I'm not
know
supposed to be
Saren was
hunting
after
Saren. I'm
Pharaoh's
supposed to be hunting what he's after.
Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back.
The Voss Space of
Stop
Parabellum.
Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
You know, I understand why you wouldn't want to exactly sit around armed to the teeth over a rumor, but at the same time, if the Spectres have very little accountability, you know, why would you go through all that trouble unless you wanted something? Either way, even if there's no real proof that the Reapers exist, you would think that, especially with the fact that all these alien species kind of converged at once on a citadel that they found, which I know the Protheans had something to do with its creation. I can't remember exactly. Either way, something wiped out the Protheans. You'd think all these alien races would be smart enough to say, well, something did take them out. Maybe it wasn't natural. We might not know what it is, but that might mean that we might want to be careful ourselves. That's the thing I didn't like about the series too, is all the way up to the final game, people don't believe the Reapers are real, and it never really makes a lot of sense.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
I'll start
Sounds
there.
like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
That's your
I'll
job.
take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
That's what I don't quite understand. If you're supposed to be, you know, a Spectre, and now that's your thing, and humanity's been wanting this for a long time, yes, you gotta remember where you came from, but if they want it to work, why wouldn't they, you know, tell them to do what they need to do to stay in the good graces?
Yes, Commander?
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
Okay, I'm sensing a pattern here. Why is it that the Spectres, who are supposed to be, you know, reviewing these people for their candidacy into their outfit, why do they always want to split up? You know what I mean? Like, it's like in a horror movie when the group split up. Why would you do that? Especially in this case, they don't seem to have body cameras. So it isn't like, okay, they can review the footage later and then, you know, analyze it. I don't know why they don't have body cameras, but they don't. And so, why do all this and say, okay, well, yeah, I guess you did okay. I don't know if you murdered 30 people and raped somebody while I wasn't looking. I'm just going to assume you did okay on your word. You know, you'd think that you'd watch every move they make to see how they work under the pressure of being watched, you know. Some people have a failure to perform under pressure.
He was smart. You needed a diversion.
This went way beyond a simple diversion, Commander. The
There-
explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived.
They were all
There was
hostile,
a
weren't
camp
they?
for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
How exactly does he get blamed? Again, if he had a body
Saren
camera...
caused the explosion. How do you pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
That doesn't even make any sense. I've heard this before, but again, I'm more critical now. So you mean to tell me they were working together, they split up, refinery goes boom, civilian casualties, which I thought Spectres didn't answer to anyone anyway. And the Alliance did all the information first, and these guys just shoehorned their way into the op. And so he blows the refinery, kills over 500 people, and somehow the Council believes that this one man, who is being reviewed for his chance to join the Spectres, would blow that chance by literally blowing up a refinery. how exactly does that make sense? And blowing, you know, again, why would he have blown his cover if, you know, they were working together? If you're supposed to be side by, that doesn't make sense. It literally, I can't even see how you present that in a court or in a, you know, official report and make that sensible. I feel like that could have gone over the writing table like 1-2 more times, especially because, you know, video cameras. There's no security footage, there's no nothing that they could have pulled.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Well, one last thing I want to add, and I'm sorry. I know that there's going to be people say, well, why am I so obsessed with cameras? Well, the sci-fi genre has always been built on technology, you know? That's why it's science fiction. You look at stuff like Blade Runner or Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and you look at stuff like George Orwell's 1984, I forget who wrote I, Robot, but, you know, stuff like that. Technology has always been at the forefront. And more often than not, especially when it came to George Orwell, cameras were the big thing. Big Brother is here. And 2007, I know we didn't have a lot of but we did have security cameras. And I think body cameras were on their way, if not already done. You would think that that would have been more of a, especially for the future thing, you'd think that they would have played up more of that by looking at some of the better sci-fi novels and stuff of the past. I feel like that could have just gone to the right. There could have been a better reason, you know?
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the council was going to listen to?
That's just repeating.
I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful.
Okay, this is just repeating.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Okay, so now we got all the information. There's another keeper up here. I think I already scanned him, but I'll go ahead and scan him again. So we know all about the past.
The Normandy is amazing, Shepard. It's an honor to be among her crew.
Anyways, I was saying, we got the Normandy, we got ourselves a crew, we've become a Spectre, let's get to work.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
You're gonna let me be able to skip this? No, you just sped it up quite a bit.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch
That's how it goes.
Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
I'm ready.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
Need to be honest with them.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Nobody's gonna help
The
us.
Council wants to ignore this.
That's no surprise. They never helped us in the past. No reason they'd start now. But we don't need their help. We can do this on our own.
Eden Prime is just the start.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
We must not fail.
This is the most important mission any of us have ever been on.
The fate of an entire galaxy is at stake. We will stop Saren no matter what the cost.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
I won't let him
The
down.
captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, apparently I still got Renegade for that. I don't know exactly how I got Renegade for it, but I won't argue. Okay. Let's see who we can talk to on our ship now.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Doubt my
I'm
decision.
in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I got some Renegade for that. I don't exactly understand. I understand some of the prejudice behind them all, but again, what I don't get is why would the Alliance military, so the human military, just give her these soldiers when she's no longer acting within the interest of human politics, if that makes any sense. That's like saying, for example, you're a military lieutenant or something. You're an officer in the Marine Corps, let's put it that way. And all of a sudden, you are now working for the Secret Service. You know, you are no longer officially acting on Marine Corps behalf. You are now working on Secret Service, CIA sort of stuff behalf. Would they still give you command of the soldiers that you are in command in when using the Marine Corps? No, they wouldn't, you know? It just don't work that way. You know, I don't understand. They never go into detail explaining that either in this. And that always has been something that bugged me. Okay, now we can interact with some of the crew. Don't really know what there is to talk about a lot. Don't want to flirt with Caden. Sleeper pod. Okay, just some experience points. Why not? I guess we'll go ahead and talk to him, though.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Okay, is that all there is to say there?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Okay. See, that's another reason I never really cared for Caden and Ashley. They're just not really that interesting of characters. Personal manual. Okay, codex. Okay, military jargon. Okay, military ranks. Okay. So, within this Alliance Navy, officers... So, Fleet Admiral is the highest rank. It's above General in this. So, with me being... What am I? I'm a commander. I'm not even listed. Blah, blah, blah. Marines have privates and corporals as servicemen. Okay. Lieutenant Commander. Okay, so I guess when they say I'm I could be I guess I'm a staff commander at the best. So I'm not in the highest rank. So why wouldn't I be a fleet admiral? Especially by the time Mass Effect 3 comes around, you'd think I would be a fleet admiral. I don't really think there's any reason to talk to Dr. Chakwas. I don't really remember her having really that much interesting things to say. I never thought of her as really, you know, the kind of character that you'd think, yes, that is a interesting person I'd like to know a lot more about, if that makes any sense. It feels like anybody outside your crew almost was just not worth the effort. Samantha Trainer in Mass Effect 3 was kind of an interesting character, simply because, you know, she actually has a lot of chemistry between the Commander Shepard for the romance type. Except it's kind of short-lived, you know. I don't see why you'd want to do it on the third mission. It's not even a squad mate. Okay, so I can equip the characters. How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there.
Okay,
no
blah, blah,
offense.
blah.
I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
Oh, we saved your unit.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The answer seems plain enough to me. Be more alert.
Aye, aye, Commander. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away.
So pretty
I'm
much,
talking more later, though.
so pretty much nobody wants to talk to me.
Ma'am.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I see your point.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting
Well, they're
any
killing each
stronger.
other, aren't they?
We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Destroying their species. Okay, Alliance Requisition Officer. This is why I got all those
Commander,
requisition cards.
Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
It's on my ship.
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, so I still can't afford any of this crap. I have $2,000. The closest thing I can get here is the sidearm. That is not good. Okay, talk to Garrus.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander.
I'm not going to do this like every episode, but you know, it's good to interact with your crew after the mission, so I will do it like after a big mission sort of thing.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At C-Sec, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But C-Sec wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Well, I agree with him.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
See what I mean? He's no longer a member of C-Sec. And that makes sense. He literally jumped ship to go traipsing around the galaxy with Commander Shepard. You don't get to keep your job and do that. I don't understand why Shepard's still a member of the Alliance.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this.
And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
Sounds good to me.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
I still don't know if I want Commander Shepard to be with Garrus or Liara. I think that, like I said, Liara is the the best one in terms of being across all 3 games, but I like Garrus as a character. I still think he's kind of better though as the friend character. He just seems to fit that role really well. But he does have some good lines. I was just thinking about all of his lines from the
you know that
things. He does sound
Tally?
good.
She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
No,
Carry
not
on,
really.
Alex.
I just came to poke around.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Now, see, this is what I mean. She's very excitable of a personality when it comes to tech, but her body emotes aren't the same. I know it's a product of limitations of technology. They just stand in place. But, you know, it would have been better to make that like a pre-rendered cutscene, if anything, and just have her bouncing around and really just jumping, you know, almost like a cartoon character, just getting up in the face of everything and examining it. It would have made her a more interesting character. I would have liked her more if she was a bit more explorative, you know what I mean?
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Couldn't you just find a world and settle on the world?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child.
So it's like
if our population grows
China
too
laws,
much,
isn't it? I think
will
it's
strain our
China's
resources to their
two children law.
Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
I guess that's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
You're democratic.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
That's interesting.
I should go.
See you later.
See, they had some unique ideas for the races, but here's one thing I forgot to mention in the last episode. If you look at Tali, what do you see exactly? You see three toes, one very small one, 2 big ones, 3 fingers. You know, other than that, kind of, I don't know what kind of legs you call that, kind of like a horse, kind of bowed or whatever you call it, back legs. She's rather human looking, you know, kind of human looking face, human looking chest. You know, that's fine. You look at Garrus, and in that sense, all Turians, even the females, you get more of a bulkier upper half, only 2 toes, but still the same 3 fingers. I feel like in that case, they made the bodies a little bit too similar. Like I said, if you're going to romance them, fine. But for the first game, oddly enough, the game that should have been the most important because of the fact that the other 2 all stem from it, you can't romance these characters. But the thing is, what I'm getting at is they all look very similar. You would think that they would have done a little bit more to make, if anything, because Garrus looks kind of like a dinosaur, you think his legs would have been more bowed, you know, like a T-Rex, something to make it easier to run. But instead, they only seem to have this mixture of blue-skinned alien or dinosaur, and it seems like that's the only thing they got. And that's what I'm just trying to bring up. The races all look very similar, is what I'm trying to say. Well, we've goofed off for almost this entire episode. We've talked to the people. I want to do that because I don't want anybody to say I'm missing conversations or bonding time with them. I'm not going to sit there and just ask them every single question about their species and all that, but I will get that because people would like to hear stuff like that. I'm not going to sit there and ask, tell me about the subsystems on the Normandy. I don't think anyone cares about that, but they care about the characters. That's the actual important bit of Mass Effect, is the companions, the squad mates that spend all the game with you. That's why I think characters like Liara and Garrus are some of the more popular ones, and to an extent Tali. I hear a lot of people say that for male Shepard, Tali's like the best romance. Because they're with you like from the start of the game to the end of the game, and I think that has a lot of connection to people, because they do have a purpose. With that, I didn't want to exit. Okay, zoom out. Okay, we're going to that, whatever it's called, system. Liara's dig site. There we go. You'll pick up our new crewmate. Where was she at exactly? I have no idea which one she was at. I can travel to all of these. Which ones was she in? Okay, journal. Explore the uncharted worlds. So I just gotta pick one at random and go with it. I don't remember which one she's on. Crap. Why would you have the B button be the thing that backs you out? You gotta be... I hit B too many times there. Good lord. Zoom out. Zoom out. See, then if I hit zoom out again, it just it goes back to the thing. Okay. All this seems to be named after Greek stuff. We'll go to Sparta. Because that's my favorite Greek stuff. I love the Battle of the 300 and all that. Okay. So, oh, it's a substation area. Or what do you want to call it? A system of planets. Okay, we can travel to some of these. How many am I supposed to travel to before I figure it out? I'll go to this Altea. Surface is frozen. I'm pretty sure that isn't it. The dwarf planet. Possible ships to... Okay. Let's just try to be smart
Commander,
about
I'm
it.
picking up a signal from
There
the
we go.
planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Okay. This must be it. Yep, that's it. Or at least that's where we're heading. Answer the distress beacon. Okay, I will take Garrus with me and Polly. Let's rock and roll. Now they've redone the Mako. Let's see if it's better. We only got 15 minutes, so we're not going to get super far in this mission, but... Okay, it's still camera controlled. Okay, is there any way to change that? I thought they changed it. Mako camera... Turn off at the Mako... Oh, so yeah, it was weird. I guess this is better than nothing. I'm just going to leave it on default. So it's like the Warthog now from Halo. Am I getting shot at? Oh, asteroids coming down. Okay, apparently there's a distress signal there. That destination. Okay, frame rate's dipping a little bit. I'm not certain this is the world. That looks like another Mako. Whoa! Oh crap. Oh crap, the gun overheated. Crap, crap. Crap, my ship's on fire. Repair. Hurry up and repair it. We ain't got time for this. Oh crap. Back it up, back it up. Open fire, come on. Go, go, go. Are you serious? Stupid gun. Go, go, go. Come on, keep her going. Crap, how can this thing trail me so good? Or lead me, I should say. Go, go, repair. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Stop being so good at predicting where I'm going. There. How is it know which way I'm going to turn that easily? I see the gun still overheats way too easily. Making fights have to go on longer than they need to. Repair. Go on, just keep us mobile. Where'd the thing go? It ain't dead yet. Die. Is it dead? Hail to the king, baby. Or in this case, hail to the queen, baby. We got it. Okay.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Upgrade kit. Radioactive rounds, chemical rounds.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. He'd want to know what happened here.
Okay, should we bust up this distress beacon? Okay, so is that all that we need to do here? Missing Marines. Speak to Kohu. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's just blow that sucker to pieces. Okay, how do I get off planet? Okay, return to the Normandy, yes, because all we have is a broken up ship. So that was a 5-minute job there. How do I speak to what's his face? Okay. I guess I need to go up to the crew deck or whatever. Okay, how do I do it exactly? Return to the Citadel Tower and inform them of their fate. So you want me to go back to the Citadel? Can't I just... See what I mean about this game? Like, you have to go speak to this person in person. Which I'll just do later. Wouldn't it make more sense for you to, I don't know, call the man? Because the Citadel calls us, you know, could we not call him? Hydrogen, helium, gas giant. So can't even... Oh, we can survey it. Gas deposit surveyed. Okay, what about this place? Survey it. Rare element surveyed. Okay, I guess that means we got some plutonium. Gnosis, or... I don't know how to say that exactly. Okay, Philiastos. Airman. Zakharos. Survey it. Okay, so not as many planets in this area. Nothing here. Now, yeah, this is it. Yeah, I remember this. So yeah, this one is the one where she's at. Only took me 2 attempts to find it, or 2 places, I should say. Solar systems. Okay. Let's go. Okay, frame rate's down a little bit.
Readings? Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay. Moving on. Okay, that's a lot of lava. I will admit, they've done a beautiful job remastering some of these maps. They look really good. Just the dirt flying up into the camera looks really cool. If you're going to do a remaster, I'm going to say this. Mass Effect has now set the standard for a remaster in video games in terms of amazing graphical fidelity to make it look so much better than it did when it first came out. And essential improvements that aren't going to change the very definition of the game, but do improve upon mistakes such as being able to make the loading times quicker and all that stuff. All that is so fantastic. More developers, when you remaster your games, need to learn from this. Because this is now going to be every game critic and every video gamer who has played this remaster collection is going to point at this and use it as an example. Okay, that's another ship. That's the Geth. Okay, burst fire. Whoa. Ow. Took a hit. Crap, just... Ow. Run it over. There we go. Oh, it's not dead yet. There we go. Come on. Watch the lava. Okay, we're clear. Whoa. This thing still does not control much better. They could have done a little bit to make it control better, but no. Just make it camera relative instead of pole relative. Are you serious? That thing can shoot me from there, but I can't even get Alright, I have to agree with you, honey. There we go. Can I shoot that out of the sky? Nope. For whatever reason, I cannot. You know, it would be more interesting if this thing had, like, you know, a actual 40mm cannon or something, other than this little pea shooter laser gun. This is like a machine gun. You'd think that a weapon with a big cannon like that would have a bigger gun. Anything else want to poke its head out at me? Okay, rock and roll. Is this my shotgun? Yes, it is. I don't know why my shotgun's equipped, but I'm going in personal. Close in quarters, so I need to save this for this encounter. Okay, is that just an upgrade kit? Yes. Chemical rounds. Okay. For my assault rifle, what have I got in it? Chemical rounds 1. Chemical rounds 3. Chemical rounds 2. Sniper rifle, hammerhead rounds 2. Armor piercing 1. Hammerhead rounds 2. For the pistol, I guess radioactive rounds, or no? There. Okay, I got a bunch of armor upgrades now. Damage protection, that seems to be the thing I need more than anything. Armor plating. There we go. Now I'm doing a little bit better. I actually should probably upgrade Garrus's equipment. What's he use? He uses a assault rifle and a sniper, doesn't he? There. And then she uses a shotgun. And a pistol. There. And I do have some other armor for him, but that's just light armor. Okay. Is it better than his? A little bit, yeah. I guess I'll give him what I got. There. Get my squad mates ready for the battle that's coming up. What am I supposed to do? Okay, we'll go to the other side, see if there's anything else coming for us, which there probably is. Watch yourselves. Whoa! He's got rockets! Okay, come on. Oh crap. There we go. Need new equipment. Yep, much better sniper rifle. Other than that, not much. Okay, moving on. I think I want my rifle equipped here. Oh crap. I'm starting to think I made a mistake. Whoa. Ow. Shields are holding. Apparently my gun overheated. There we go. All three of those are taken down. We're almost out of time here, but we will explore this area here real quick. There we go. Apparently I'm fatigued. Squad. Vector training, put a point in that. Heavy armor unlocked. There we go. Good for me. Garrus, another point in your sniper rifle. Got assault training now. Okay. Let's see. Just put a point in pretty much everything of use. Crap. Undo talent points. There. There we go. Oh yeah. Why do they even bother putting a toggle helmet on her? Because it doesn't do no good. Okay. Lock crate. Okay. Omni tool. Medium armor human. Just as I unlock heavy armor. Okay, that's still better than mine. That's even better though. Okay, big heavy armor. Okay, for him. Okay. I'll give Garrus the better one at first. Okay, is there any upgrades for that for him? No. So now I've got big heavy armor on. Okay, clear. Is there really nothing here? Nope, nothing here. Okay, last building. Now apparently I'm fatigued again. Crap. There. Pretty sure he's dead. If the bullets don't get him, the radioactivity will. There we go. Okay, we'll get back on the Mako, and then we will end the episode here. Mostly, we did a lot of talking, which normally would be something that would bug me more, but in a game like this, I feel like I'd have more backlash for just going onto the missions and not talking to the crew than if I talked to the crew, so that's what I did. But we got our ship, we got to finally go into space. Ooh, crates. What the heck? What the heck? What is that sound? Okay, that's apparently even better armor. Does it look any different? No, it looks absolutely the same. Okay. Apparently that's got less protection but higher shield, so I'll give that to my buddy Garrett here. What exactly is that sound? I think that's some sort of glitch, because when I open those, that's the sound it makes. Let's just back away from there. In this case, drive a car that's still clunky as heck to drive anything. I think they made it worse because I was so used to the old ways. The camera moves kind of slow for it to be camera relative. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to end this episode here. Yeah, where are we recording this from? Have we ever saved it all? I guess I'm going to save here. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying this series. We're finally on our feet. We've almost gotten all of our companions. After we pick up Liara here, we will have all of the game's companions. I have my favorites, so you're probably just going to see Garrus and Liara a lot, or Garrus and Tali. I might switch them out, or Tali and Liara. You know, you might see a couple of switch-ups every once in a while just to keep things a little more interesting, but for the most part, I'm just going to roll with my favorite team. We got some good equipment finally. We got heavy armor. Ooh, we got a better assault rifle. I didn't know that. And other than that, we seem to be doing pretty good. That's all we got, and we got the best of what we can work with now. What exactly do I have? Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're all outfitted as best as we can be. We're finally driving our Mako. We're, you know, in the game proper at this point. It only took 4 hours and 44 minutes to actually get into the game proper. Or a little less than that because we did that other planet, but you know what I mean. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.